Hi Liliana, Daphne here. Thank you for sending me your next essays and for telling me about yourself. Really good to hear from you. I'm so impressed that you are working so hard in medicine. Gosh, what a scary place to be at the moment. And it'll be lovely if you can come to the UK. I really hope that works for you. But good luck with everything. Stay safe. Yeah, the IELTS exam is ridiculously hard for medics. And yes, you need your sevens. Okay, so let's get going on this. Um, okay, those countries with a long average working time are more economically successful than those which do not. So it naturally divides into two paragraphs here, and then to what extent do you agree? So opinion essay, to what extent? So experts in economics throughout the developed and developed world have debated if countries with long working hours have more favorable impact on their economy than those who do not have extended hours. Okay, so it's a little bit long, this. Let's see if we can just tidy it up. I've debated if countries with long working hours have. Why don't we go whether? I've debated if. Why don't we change this around a bit? If long working hours in some countries have a favorable impact, then because it's the working hours that have the impact. So I'm just going to suggest this. Move this here. So yours is not wrong, but I think for me this reads better. So debated if long working hours, so it would come in here. Long working hours in some countries have a more favourable impact than those who do not have, than than others or those others with a shorter day. Yeah, yours is not wrong. Okay, don't worry. It's just a difficult sentence to paraphrase. Sometimes it's easier just to change it quite a lot than to actually try and paraphrase every word. Paraphrasing can be very difficult. Uh, Personally, I disagree because, okay, you can't just, that's too short. Tell me why. Tell me where the essay's going a little bit. Discuss why longer hours may not be beneficial. Okay, so just tell me, give me a little bit of a because here. On one hand, countries with a regulated standard working time, uh, for example, from 9 a.m. No. All right, working time. All right, have shown their economies have been invigorated, especially during periods of recession. Okay. The central reason is because time flexibility can be used as a strategy to integrate more people into the market. Well done. Yes, and decrease polarization. Decrease polarization. Uh, you don't want to repeat market again, but you could explain a bit of what you mean by that. But that's a very lovely language, great vocabulary there. For example, recent research by the government of France demonstrated by reducing labour hours to 35 a week, more people have access to the job market, lowering the unemployment rate and allowing for more leisure time. Therefore, employers have been able to compensate their employees despite the low productivity during recessions, in particular now due to coronavirus. Good. Therefore, employers have been able to compensate their employees. Yes, compensate and look after their employees. So you're saying it's more flexible. Yes, good. It's because time flexibility can be used as a strategy. Yes, really good. Nice thinking there. Very good, clear paragraph. On the contrary, although the impact of working for long hours may benefit big companies, ah, now when we use this although, it's really difficult. This, okay. Um, so when you're going to use this, although the impact may benefit big companies, now you have to Now, sorry, let me just explain this to you carefully. You either use although, you can use although and you can use cannot be overstated, but let me show you. So although the impact of working long hours for big companies, the dangers it represents for smaller companies cannot be overstated. So it's like going on the one hand, on the other hand. So on the one hand, it's good for big companies. On the other hand, it's bad for small companies. So it's just a very clever way of saying that. It is very complicated grammar. At the end, I'm just going to put this in red to just remind you to have a look at it again. At the end of the course, there is a module all about using although. It's near the end. I don't know which number, but if you can get it right, fantastic. This is largely because in countries such as Hong Kong, who has no legislation regarding maximum and normal working hours, most companies do not hire enough labour supply, arguing employees want to work more and obtain a higher salary due to financial reasons and motivation. For example, a survey conducted on employees or among different organisations revealed that 70% you don't need that. Do not receive any overtime. Don't receive any overtime for employees who work for working. Maybe I don't think you need that. Any time for working over 55 hours a week shows that people in Hong Kong are or share concerns about the working time issues. It's possible to state beyond doubt that working long hours might benefit a business, but not the global economy of a country. Good. Very clear that this is a difficult topic to write about, but you have been very ambitious in your writing, which is excellent. You're really pushing yourself. Very good. From the arguments examples given, I firmly believe that working for extra hours may benefit a business, but not benefit the employees. Well done. And will not necessarily benefit, in the long run. This issue of flexibility and protecting staff maybe will grow in importance. So I think these are the issues you want to bring out during the recessions, periods like the one we are living to. Good. Living in. Yeah, what a crazy world due to the coronavirus pandemic. Very good. Really, really neat writing that. Well done. I'm just checking your word count because 402. Wow. Okay. Yes, don't go too long, but that was really, really good. Very good work. Summarize information. This is bar chart. So, sorry, just come back to this. I especially like the vocabulary. Really, really good work on vocab there. Shoe sales. Here we go. Bar chart shows the sales of 2 different types of shoes, 9 different countries. Don't use the brackets. Just put namely, and then just give the names there. Okay. Looking first at Poland, who sold the largest amount of brown leather shoes with approximately 30,000. I wouldn't put that. Just start with Poland, sold. Okay. 5,000 less. So avoid using first, second. It's okay to do that with a process diagram if you're describing a process, how a cup of tea is made, for example, but not with this one. Sales for this is just a static, it's just a picture report at that moment. Varied. So you need to repeat brown shoes. I would say finally brown shoe, or was it brown shoe sales for other countries varied. Yes. In contrast with black, Hungary sold the highest goods, 140,000. Um, followed by, there you could have followed by Italy with 120. Okay. And then I've used following, so then you'd have to have, okay, in order. So the problem, Liliana, here is, okay, so what you're doing here is just giving me a list, okay? This is more interesting because you're kind of grouping. What you need to do here is almost like do this a very different way, okay? Don't just give me the black and give me the brown because that won't score you. That'll get you 6.5, maybe. It won't get you a 7. To get a 7, you need to choose the important data and group it. So don't go all the brown and all the black in different paragraphs. Tell me what's crazy here. Wow, Belgium, only 5 of brown, but 100 and something of black. Yeah, look at that contrast. So tell me that contrast. Let's find some more contrasts. This is pretty big. So here we go. Poland sold double the amount of brown compared to black. This one, again, almost double the amount of brown compared to black. Again, that one almost double. But then in some other ones, obviously that's different. Here, these countries preferred black. So change it round. Think of, you've got the idea, but change it round. So select the important data, get a pencil and just go, yeah, that's obviously really important. That's quite interesting. They all have the same pretty much of black. So think of it, group it. Yeah, group the data. Don't just give me one paragraph of brown, one paragraph of black, because that's not going to get you the grade you want. Yeah. So overall brown, actual, black in more countries. Yes, you see, that's very interesting. That kind of structure is much better. So I'm going to send you a link, which I think will help you on this, and a link for pie charts as well. Otherwise, look after yourself and really good work here. Well done.